How is everyone doing? Everyone's staying safe. These days it seems like we have a lot more time to play guitar. One of the biggest questions I've been getting from a lot of my students that have more time to play these days is, should I warm up? Well, the answer is yes, you should definitely warm up. It's just like an athlete, before you hit the field or the court, you want to stretch. Well, with guitar, it's the same thing. Warming up is good for, your finger dexterity. It's good for your muscles, and it's good to just get in the mindset of going through some rudiments that are going to help you when you go to practice your songs or whatever it is you're working on. So today I'm going to take you through a couple of things that I do almost every single day. Every day I wake up, and before I begin my lessons or before I start playing myself, I get warmed up. So today I'm going to take you through two different warm-up exercises that I think will help your playing. One is going to be a modal exercise. So if you know your major scales, this is going to be based on the major scale and triads. So those are the two main things that we're going to work on today with warm-ups. I'm going to be doing this outside. I'm just going to do what I do every day. This is going to be a little bit different than most of my lessons. We're going to be going outside, so there's going to be a little bit of background noise. I apologize about that. But take you through my day and my warm-up, and hopefully it'll help you with your warm-ups. So let's get started and let's do this. Of course, coffee is essential in getting the day started. All right. Now that we got our coffee going, we're going to pick our guitar, go outside, and start getting warmed up. Apologize for the shaky camera. I don't have one of those camera things, so I'm not sure if I'm going to grab a Les Paul. Probably not a good idea, so you won't hear it. We have the telly. We have another telly here. Acoustic is probably the way to go. Hear that the best. So let's grab this Guild. It's my little setup here for teaching. Pedals, amps, etc. Living room, as you can see. It's basically my place. And there's my chair where I practice every morning. All right, here we are, warming up. So this will be number one. I have a PDF at my website of all these different warm-ups we're going to do today. Click the link below, it'll take you to my website, and they will be available in PDF form. Now, in an effort to save time, I'm just going to do this in a couple of different positions, but the PDF will have all the positions all the way up the neck. So the first one is going to be a modal exercise, and this is, as I said, in the key of C. We're going to be ascending and then descending from mode to mode in each of the different positions. So if I start in the first position, I would do something like this, starting with E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So if you know your major scales, you should be good with this one. Now coming back in the other direction, we're going to start on the F now. I went from E to E, now I'm going to come back from F to F. It's my Lydian mode. Then Mixolydian, starting on the 3rd fret, and starting in G and ending on G, this is Mixolydian mode. The key is C, coming back, starting on the A, the 6th, the Aeolian mode, etc., starting on B. And when I get to the end, I'm going to resolve to C. When I get to the bottom, I'm going to resolve to C. So one other quick note, as I do this every day, I usually change keys. So tomorrow I might do the key of G, the next day I might do the key of D, the key of E, etc., and that way you keep it fresh, working in all the different keys. So let's do this. Okay, metronome, I got it set at about 130 beats per minute. Straight alternate picking, straight 8th notes, and here we go, first position. I'm just going to do first and second position, and from that you'll have a pretty good idea of how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Backwards, starting with G. that was the first position. Now I'm going to move up to the 3rd fret, and I'm going to start in this mixolydian position. I'm going to do the exact same thing, just in the next position, starting at the 3rd fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other direction. And then I would move to the next position, which would be starting from the 5th fret, same thing. You get the idea. So I would do that all the way up the neck until I got to the 12th fret. And then that would cover first position all the way up to the octave position. I would have gone through all my different positions of the C major scale and hit on all the different modes. So like I said before, tomorrow I'll do the key of D or the key of G. It's good to do it in different keys, so that way when you go to play a tune in a different key, you're pretty familiar with where all those things are. So that was warm-up exercise number 1. All right, for the next warm-up, I like to use triads, cycling through all the different chords in the key of C. I like to do this using triplets, and we would start at this position here. This would be the 8th position or the 8th fret. I'm going to basically play C major, which is my 1, 3, 5. Those are the notes make C major chord. D minor, 1 flat 3, 5. E minor, F major, my 4 chord, G major, my 5 chord, 1, 3, 5. A minor, my relative minor, my 6, 1 flat 3, 5. My B diminished, my 7 chord, and back to where I started at my C. If I kept going, here would be my D minor, 1 flat 3, 5. Then I would have my E minor, 1 flat 3, 5. My F major, 1, 3, 5. My G major, 1, 3, 5. My A minor, 1 flat 3, 5. My B diminished, 1 flat 3, flat 5. And my C major. And then I would come back in the other direction. My C, D, there's my A, there's my G, there's my F, E minor, D minor, C, B diminished, my A minor, G major, F major, E minor, D minor, and the last one, my C major. So I'm going to put the metronome on, let me see, about 110 beats per minute, and I would cycle through that using triplets. And just like the other thing, I do this in this key, and then maybe tomorrow I'll do the key of D, change keys. And here we go. 110 beats per minute, triplets, cycling through everything in the key of C in regards to the triplets. Backwards. And then the next step will be to play it in the next position, moving up to the 10th fret, and then moving down to the 5th fret. So you look at each one of these different positions and you work out where all the triads are. So if I was to go lower, this would be one of the most common positions. So the key of A minor touches on, that's where the pentatonic scale is for key of C major slash A minor. So now I would have to kind of reverse engineer where all those different triads are. So I wouldn't be starting on C now. Now I'd be starting on A minor. So this would be A minor, and I would have B diminished. Now I'm starting on C. Now I'm starting on D minor, E minor, F major. Then I would have my G major. Then I would have my A minor. Then I would have my B diminished. Then I would have my C major. Then I would have my B minor, or my D minor. Then I would have my E minor, F major, my G major, and then I would stop here. And then I would go back in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Backwards. And that would be from the 5th position. Then I would come down to this position and etc. Go through all the different triads starting based on this scale, the Mixolydian scale right here. Now once you get a handle on the triads, obviously the next thing to do would be to add the sevenths. So for that we would have C major, so we would add a major 7th. 1, 3, 5, major 7. Then we would go to the minor 7. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. 1, now the F major 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. G dominant 1, 3, 5, flat 7. A minor 7, 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. B diminished 1, flat 3, flat 5, double flat 7, and then we would have 1, 3, 5, 7 for the C major 7. So that would be doing it using the 7th chord. So that's also a great way to warm up. Once you have a handle on the triads, graduating to the 7s. Is a great way to cycle through all the different 7 chords in the key. Now another warm-up that's really good to go through before the triads actually is to do thirds. In other words, cycling through the scale, but instead of playing through each note of the scale, starting on the first note of the scale, skipping the second note of the scale and going to the corresponding third of that given note, that interval. So here I would have C major, I would have my D minor, I would have my E minor, minor third, F major third, great way to get to know your intervals as well, G major third, A minor third, B diminished, and then my C major third. And so that would sound like this. And then if you kept going, and then backwards. There we go. So that would be thirds. then you can do that in all the different positions as well. So those are a couple of great things to warm up with in the morning. Before you start playing, just spending maybe, anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes getting warmed up, depending on how much time you have to play. And I think that'll help you moving forward with your day as you continue to practice. And that's about it. So I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe out there, and look forward to seeing you sometime soon. If you like what you see in this video, please click the link below, subscribe. If you want the alerts, hit the little bell notification icon. And thanks so much.